Hi guys, so my holiday is almost finished. I've had almost 2 weeks off. Tomorrow I'm starting with driving again, and today I just went to check over the truck, charge the battery a little bit and put some food and clothes back in there since it's the beginning of the new year, and I figured let's make the truck all nice and clean and everything ready for the new year. But while I was here, I want to talk to you guys about something. And since it's a new year, I was thinking and wondering, and I realized that truck driving isn't the perfect job. And I did have some people ask me about becoming a truck driver, and people saying like, "Oh, it's like an easy job and you drive the whole time." And people who would like to become a truck driver. So in this video, I want to give you guys 5 reasons why you shouldn't become a truck driver. So let's start with one of the most important things when you're going for a job, and it's not whether or not you like the job. One of the most important things for most people is the income. And the hourly income of a truck driver isn't great. When you look an hour, we don't make a lot of money, but then when you hear our monthly income, you might think like, oh, he makes good money, but our hourly income is actually pretty low. We make good money because we sleep in the truck and we get paid for that, and some other reasons I'll get into a bit later. But just hourly, it doesn't pay that much. Since last year in Europe, we're divided into 4 classes of payment, where the first class pays the least and then the 4th class is the highest paying. And there is a list that says like, oh, you have to make your own schedule, you have to look up your own customers, you have to load and unload yourself, drive a forklift, how many clients you have a day. That all is a part of the list, which tells you what class you actually are in. But at the end of the day, it's your employer who chooses. And I know of some people who, if they look at the lists and they fill it in honestly, they end up being in a class 3 or 4, and their employer just puts them in a class 2 since it's cheaper and easier to run. So, but then you might wonder, like, if the hourly pay isn't great, then how do you guys make a lot of money a month? And that brings me to my second point. We work a lot of hours and we work very inconsistent hours. So what I mean by that, we work 12 to 15 hours a day, and some days we start at 4 in the morning, some days we start at 6 in the morning, some days we're home early by 5, other days we'll work till 10, 11 in the evening. Like, that all depends. For me, it really depends whether the plan is I'm supposed to come home the same day or if I'm gone for about a week or something. When I come home every evening, I have less freedom because I know what time I have to start, and I finish when the job is done, and if there's more pickups to do or something, then I have to do those, and that's when it becomes unpredictable, because I cannot look in the morning like, oh, I'm gonna start at 6, I'm gonna be home by 4. Sometimes it works like that, but most of the time it actually doesn't. When I'm supposed to be gone from home for the whole week because I'm driving international, I'm going to Germany or France or something like that, then it's a little bit easier because I know I'm going to be gone that day. I know I'm not going to be able to make it home. But I also do have a little bit more of freedom because I can choose, like, I have 4 customers to do today and then 3 tomorrow. I'm going to do my 4 and then get it as close as possible to the 3rd one and sleep close to there, so the next morning I can sleep a little bit longer. Or I stop a little bit earlier the day before and start a little bit earlier the next day. When I'm driving day to day and you have those unpredictable hours, and I know Monday if I'm gonna leave Tuesday and get home by Friday, like, it's all very unpredictable, and that also makes it difficult for you to actually have a social life, and it makes it difficult to make plans with friends and family. Most of the time we get home on the weekends, and when you're home in the weekend, then at least you can schedule things and you can meet your family and your friends. But during the week, making plans with friends and family is basically impossible. So that also made me lose some friends, because in the beginning they asked like, oh, we're gonna do this evening, can you join? I'm not sure I'll be able to make it, I'll try. Sorry guys, I can't make it. Oh no, maybe next time, maybe in the weekend. And eventually they'll stop asking, which is fine because I understand. But when you're a truck driver, it's also difficult because you know why you're losing friends and you know that there's not much you can actually do about it. But except the social aspect of friends and family, it also makes it very difficult to make an appointment with things like a dentist or a car mechanic, or when you have to go to the government for something. Like anything that has to happen during the week after your hours or something, you basically have to take a day holiday because you'll not be able to make it during that day. The fourth reason why you might not want to become a truck driver is that the job can actually be pretty unhealthy. So as it implies, truck driver, we drive a lot of the day, and driving means sitting, and sitting in general is unhealthy. It's bad for your back. You don't get a lot of movement, you don't get a lot of exercise, and at the end of the day, when you work 12 to 15 hours, realistically you're not gonna have the energy anymore to do anything productive. You're not gonna go to the gym, you're not gonna go for a run or anything like that. Like, I say pretty healthy, but I have a dog at home. In the beginning, my dog even went with me in the truck, so I had to go walk with him multiple times a day. It's a golden retriever, so I had to exercise with him. I had to actually make him lose energy, so that helped me stay fit. But when I stopped taking him with me, I noticed that, oh, I'm driving and I'm done driving, now I'm taking my break. I'm just sitting in my truck watching YouTube videos or TikToks or Instagram, anything like that. And then you don't get enough exercise, but except that, when you're gone from home for the whole week, you obviously have to eat something. And most truck stops where you stop, they have fast food restaurants. So finding healthy food is pretty difficult. Then at a gas station, there's candy and there's soda and alcohol, but finding healthy food, finding vegetables or fruits, that's a real challenge when you're driving a truck. What I do is, when I know I'm going to be away from home, I take some food with me, so at least I do have something a bit healthier than fast food. But yeah, you're not going to be cooking. You do cook in your truck sometimes, but when you worked a long day and you stopped at a gas station where there's McDonald's, it's really easy to just go to the McDonald's. But of course, that doesn't apply to all of us. Some of us have to load and unload that truck and have 10, 15, maybe 20 stops a day, so you do have to get out of your truck a lot, you have to walk around a lot. So some people get more exercise than others, but in general, trucking is a pretty unhealthy job, and I don't see that changing in the foreseeable future. It's not only an unhealthy job, but it's also a dangerous job. We are delivering 24/7, day in, day out, in good weather, bad weather, heavy rain, bad visibility, snow, ice, you name it. We're always driving, so it makes it very dangerous. Except for the weather that's bad, we also have the issue of car drivers who don't understand how a truck works, and that often results in them not giving us the space we need. So people cut each other off and do things like that. But except for on the road, when we're at our delivery sites, it can also be pretty dangerous. Like a few weeks ago, I had to do a delivery at a building site, and the day before I got there was a truck driver who actually had to go to hospital since there was a forklift who lost control. And so the driver was sitting in his truck and the forklift lost control, and he went with his forks straight in the truck. But luckily he didn't went straight through the truck driver, but he did hit him a little bit, so he had to go to hospital to be checked out. There was nothing major, but still, when you're on building sites or even factories or something, there's always something that can happen. And except that, when you're out on the roads, there's wild animals who are crossing the roads. We can come by illegal immigrants who try to get on the truck. We have protesters who are trying to stop trucks. Yeah, it can be a pretty dangerous job. So, for me, those are the top 5 reasons why you shouldn't become a truck driver. But if you made it to the end of this video and you're thinking to yourself like, oh, that doesn't sound that bad, and I'm someone who likes driving and who likes to be out on the roads, then maybe becoming a truck driver is something for you, because obviously I've been a truck driver for over 2 years now and I'm still doing it. I'm not planning on quitting anytime soon. I like doing it. So there's also a lot of positive sides about being a truck driver. If you guys are interested in a video about the positives of becoming a truck driver, let me know in the comments down below. And if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more of my trucking content, maybe consider subscribing to my channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.